Hello, do you want to be more engaging on video? Do you want to be able to hold your audience's attention? How can you get people to pay attention when we have such a limited attention span? Well, we are going to find out. Joining me today is Elaine Pasqua. She is a certified speaking professional and she's joining us at the NSA next week to talk about how we can mix it up and keep everybody's attention. Hey, Elaine, how are you?
Oh, I'm fine, Pat. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be with all of you next week.
Yeah, we are very excited too, because we all know that, there's a lot of this virtual presenting going on, and sometimes it can be hard to hold somebody's attention. So, what are
Right.
you going to teach people to get NSA?
Well, I do want to clarify one thing. The focus of my talk is not on virtual presenting, but it's about when we go live again, because we're going to be live again. And so, I mean, it's difficult to hold people's attention virtually, but sometimes it can be difficult to hold people's attention live as well. There's just so many distractions. We have our cell phones, we've got people in the room, just people get bored. Our attention spans have basically been shrinking over the years. So, what I'm going to do is talk to all of you about the power of interactive learning and how you can keep your audiences engaged, but more important, how you can make that a memorable experience. Because people don't exactly remember what you said, but they remember how they felt when they left the event. And I have been known for my interactive exercises. No matter what type of program I do, I come up with something that gets people up on their feet, engaged in conversation, engaged in critical thinking. And it's amazing to see all of the aha moments that occur as a result of that. And so I'm just going to share all the different techniques. I've been speaking for 25 years, and I am, again, known for my interactive exercises.
That is so important, absolutely, because people can just tune out. It's one thing if you're in a virtual, because you can kind of you can sort of fake it a little bit. But when you're in person, right, and you have someone in the energy of someone right in front of you, right, and you're still like losing it. Well, that's a problem. So I'm looking forward to learning about how you can be a more engaged speaker. What do you think? What do you think people are doing wrong when they get up and speak? Where are they missing the opportunities?
Well, I think the first thing is that they're not reading their audience. If people do not have their eyes locked on you, then there's something wrong. You want them to be hanging on to every word that you are speaking. And you can sense when the energy is going out of the room. But as soon as you engage them in the conversation, or you bring people up, or you're moving around talking to people, then you see that their attention span, comes back. So I think it's that. I think it's also timing. It's also knowing the energy levels, because what happens is TV has trained us to learn in 7 to 12 minute increments. And what also happens
12
is
seconds, maybe, not 12 minutes.
I know, exactly. And what also happens too is that after we sit for a while, the blood flows from the brain down to the feet. And so we need to recharge ourselves physically every 20 minutes. So, even if you do a dance break or something, getting people up just to energize, and you'll find that they will be a lot more engaged and attentive. And again, and also visually, I bring a lot of visual components into my interactive exercises, and people will contact me years later and say, I remembered that because of this and this, which I will share with you next week.
So important. And I think people are so afraid to actually do things like this because it's risky. But you
No,
know what? That's what people really want.
no, it's
They
not
want to
risky.
be
It's fun. You know what's fun?
right? They want to
If
be engaged.
you're right, it can be risky because when you're calling on people, you never know what you're going to get. But that teaches you to be really quick on your feet, and to learn how to roll, to learn how to infuse humor, to learn how to make it a really fun moment. And my people that the people that have come up on stage or even in meetings or whatever, they've really have contributed to it. And I've learned a lot from them. And that's
Well,
why I
I
think it's
can't wait
important.
to learn from you next week. And Elaine Pasqua is coming to the National Speakers Association Connecticut chapter next Thursday, 6 o'clock. I'm going to put a link to the event in the comments below. Elaine, thank you so much for joining us. And we
Thank
look
you, Patty.
forward to learning so much about what you have to say about engaging your audience.
Thank you. I am, again, really excited to be with all of you.
All right,
Thanks.
we'll see you next week. Cheers.
Okay.